Hi everybody, very welcome to the office and Krakow Airport. I'm sitting here and the only reason that I have a chance to talk to you is because we have a technical delay. Alright, this is something that happens, I wouldn't say very often, but it happens from time to time. And when me and my first officer pulled up on stand here, we noticed that we had an indication that the wing anti-ice valve was open and it wasn't open. So we called our engineering team. Our engineering team has been looking at it, and basically this is a very, very minor thing, but it does have to be entered into the tech log. It has to be followed up with proper procedures, which is what we did. Now the other problem is that since it's summer now, there's a lot of slot restrictions. Slot restrictions basically is because of what ATC does is that they allocate specific takeoff times. Now, if you have a technical delay, which we had, obviously we will not be able to make some of that, well, that slot, that original slot we had. And when you miss a slot, you're going to be put in the last part of the queue, which is what happened to us now. Once we had the minor technical problem taken care of by engineering, we were given a new slot, which is in an hour from now. So, problem with that is that obviously we did not plan for this, so we uplift fuel for our destination, which means that we don't want to be running the APU for an extended period of time, because that might start eating into our trip fuel, which we then need to uplift more fuel, and that's going to cause further delay. So we're trying to keep our APU usage as low as possible, which also means that since the weather here in Krakow is beautiful, the temperature is going to start rising. So things that is initially, when you look at it, very, very simple, like a small technical delay, very quickly starts adding up together with slots, together with temperatures outside, into something that can become quite complicated. And this is also why it's really important that if you are in this situation, that you keep a good dialogue both with your colleague, my first officer in this case, and the cabin crew, so they know what's going on, but crucially the passengers. The passengers needs to know why A, we didn't depart on time, B, once the technical problem has been sorted, we're still not moving. So continuous information, even when there is no information to be given, is extremely important. And no, I'm not sitting in the right seat. I'm still using my iPhone, which means that it's turning, it's mirroring everything. So it looks like I'm sitting in the right seat, but I'm actually sitting in the left seat. But that's it, guys. I just wanted to give, since I didn't do a live stream yesterday, I wanted to give you a little bit of information about, what we do every day here in the office. I want to say hello.
Hello everybody.
Yeah, there's always two of us up here. So that's what we're doing. A lot of people have been asking me why I don't do more videos from the cockpit, and the reason is obviously that we're not allowed to do any filming once we start moving. But when we're sitting on the ground and we're not doing anything else, then I can do a little bit of filming, and that's what I'm doing. I'm hoping that kind of satisfies the need for cockpit views for you guys. Could you use external power? Yes, that's a great question, and that's what we're doing. So we're using external power, but of course external power does not give air conditioning. So either, if you want air conditioning for the aircraft, then you need to either have an external air conditioning source, which you have in major airports like Madrid and Barcelona, but you don't get it from the ground power. The ground power only provides electricity for the aircraft. If you want AC and you don't have external AC, you need to start the APU in order to provide cool air, and it's actually starting to get quite hot in here. Probably more hot because we're sitting in the cockpit and it's like a greenhouse in here. Where are your ProFlight? Yeah, good question. Actually, I'm getting a new pair of ProFlight because the ProFlights that I was using was a prototype and Bose wanted them back. So I'm waiting for a new set of ProFlight headset to be sent from Bose, which is not a prototype, which is the live type. So I haven't changed back to the A20. I'm just using these while I wait for the proper ProFlight headset to be delivered from Bose. How long have you stayed on the ground? Well, when did we block on, Alan?
Let me check. Around 1 hour.
Yeah, we've been an hour and 20, no?
09, yeah.
Yeah, so
about 20 approximately.
About an hour and 20 we've been on the ground now. Normally scheduled 25 minutes, but with the technical delay and then the slot delay, this is what happens. And now the slot is at time 09. And if you have a slot at 09, it means that the earliest airborne you can be is 5 minutes prior to that. So that's at time 04. And it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to taxi out here in Krakow. So that means that at about time 55, which is in 20 minutes from now, we can start moving again. But we need to keep this updated because we've sent in a so-called ready message. That's when everyone is on board, all the paperwork is done, and they're ready to go. Then we can tell air traffic control that, listen guys, we are fully ready if you are, and if it turns out then that there is a slot available, then air traffic control can give that to us on a very short notice and we need to start moving. But now, as part of this information that I've given to the crew, I've also told them that they can use the toilets and they can use their mobile phones to tell their relatives that they might be late. So this means that if we get an improvement, I need to tell them to sit down and turn off their mobile phones really quickly. So I've actually included that information in the PA, telling them that if I turn on the seatbelt sign, it means that we need to start moving almost straight away. And this is part of something that you learn after a while, what you need to do in order to avoid further delays. Obviously, I've also talked to our operations unit, my company's operations unit. They are fully aware. So this aircraft is now going to go to a maintenance base to get to sort out, because I can do this flight without the use of wing anti-ice, because the weather is fine both at our here where we are in Krakow and at our destination, and we're going to be flying above any cloud masses. But if a further flight later on needs to fly into a place where there is icing conditions, then they couldn't do that with this type of failure. So, you know, it's really important, like I said, to keep everyone involved, not only me, the first officer and the cabin crew, but passengers, operations control, and everything. This is part of your future job, guys. This is something that you need to think about. Basically, a holistic view of everything you do. So, not only fly, stick and rudder, you know, you need to be able to do that as well, but especially part of sitting in the left-hand seat is to view the operations from a holistic view and see everything that's going on, and kind of make sure that nothing is being forgotten. Let's see, I'm gonna update here not to see if there's any improvement in the slot. It doesn't seem to be. Do a PA. No, I'm not going to do a PA because I have nothing more to tell the passengers at the moment. But I will do a PA as soon as we're ready to go. So, does the company pay you at the gate waiting? Well, that's part of my basic pay. So, you know, pilots are paid in different ways. Some pilots are paid by planned block hours. Some pilots are paid basic pay plus flight pay. I have a basic pay, so these kind of delays are definitely included in, you know, what is expected for me. You know, because most of the times everything runs smoothly. Most of the time you're home early, but sometimes these kind of technical delays happen, and it's considered part of the job. Right, can you record while you're doing a PA? I could, I guess, but I don't have much more to say to the passengers at the moment. How much money do you make? Well, I'm not going to be telling you that. It's enough. It's enough to keep a good lifestyle. At what point does the flight get cancelled? Yeah, so I'm going to have to starting up the APU now to get a little bit of air conditioning running. Look up here. Now, whenever you start the APU, the next thing you're going to have to do is, you know, it needs to come up online, and once it's up online, it needs to run for 1 minute in order to kind of warm itself up before we can use it as a bleed source. So when cabin crew tells us that it's getting hot, then it's going to take another 2 minutes or so before we can start providing AC. And when I start providing AC, you guys are probably not going to be able to hear me anymore because of the noise. So guys, I'm going to finish that off now because we need to start getting ready. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope that you've checked out the Mentor Aviation app. If not, you should definitely do so. And yeah, there'll be a new video coming out on Friday, which I'm hoping you're going to enjoy. Have an absolutely fantastic day, and see you next time. Bye bye.